Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates, where the purple has engulfed this place as they are ready for a showdown. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the East Carolina Pirates. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Pirates will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
And the quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game. So who do you look for? The tight end. And there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
He'll keep it himself. And he's almost to that first down marker. They're saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And that pass picked off. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's got it down the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush. They win up front.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Going to the running game. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Slings it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. This guy is so dangerous. He excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. He'll do it himself. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. Scrambling away. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right.
Fires into traffic. Picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take it. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. From the gun, running back on the move.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Get it out on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, ECU! What a catch and run for 6. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UTSA is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Alamo Dome, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over Nevada. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Notre Dame right back to the line. The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Hewitt.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but They got to get that element of balance to really take off and get to that next level.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Catch in the middle. It's Gaudet.
And I love working the slot receivers. And you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. He'll throw on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Pirates will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Special teams coming through. As they pin him back, they'll mark it dead at the 10. A 1st down for the offense. Going over the top. Snags it down the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Nice play there. And I know when you think Notre Dame football, you're thinking about running the football and all those NFL offensive linemen they have. But when you've got playmakers like him on the perimeter, you've got to be able to take advantage of him. This guy has the chance to play on Sundays. He's too good. If you've got a window to throw and that guy's out running a route, give him an opportunity.
Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Power football with the run. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They think there's room to run to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Gets open down the middle.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. 3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. From the gun, wants to pass. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Makes the catch down the right side. Oh, look out. Touchdown, Pirates. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish back on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Hold it, open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. From the gun. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. So offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
All kinds of running room. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He's going to pass on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Just a little off. Incomplete. They'll line up for a second down play. Going to the ground. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Purple Pirates! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Illinois came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Champaign had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but it certainly could have been worse. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Just plowing ahead. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. A shot toward the end zone. Makes the grab. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Got it! They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. From the gun to give, looking for room. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Pirates will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best atmospheres in football, and we've got a fun one from Greenville. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working. And I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Will they keep it on the ground again here on 3rd down? Looking to throw for it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is a real chance to sort of settle things down, maybe generate a little momentum if you can put together a touchdown drive here.
Oh, it'd be a great opportunity to make a statement and get back in this thing. I mean, it hasn't gone your way early, but you feel like you're creating some momentum here. And a score, Jesse, a score makes this a fun ball game.
It would be huge, but it's on the offense. They have to look at each other right now in this huddle on the field and go, look, guys, it's on us to march this ball down the field, score some points, and bring some energy now to our sideline.
Quarterback on the keeper. Makes one man miss. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Went to the running game on 1st down, now 2nd down. Handoff from the gun. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Notre Dame right back to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Completes it in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the exit.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle, prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. He's got it on the right. And he's dragged down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Working that left side now. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to touchdown, Fighting Irish. And here they come almost all the way back. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And here's the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. He's looking to throw. He rifles one deep down the right side. Open runway ahead. He's at the 10. Touchdown, East Carolina. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They have the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job on the back end by the team.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by 7 over NC State.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw.
We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Swings it out to his running back. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Notre Dame lines up quickly. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the catch. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got it set up on the outside. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Catches it at the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Quickly to the tight end. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Pirates have their offense in high gear. They try to pop a run on the draw. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. And the Pirates will have it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Irish! What a great play. What a huge moment for this defense.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football, looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 31-28. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's out past the 35. Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Notre Dame right back to the line. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Swings it out to the flat. Hits him with a stiff arm. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. New set of downs after that completion.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Firing toward the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Number 1 with the catch in the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
East Carolina.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
It's caught. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Trying to find his man on first down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. They want to just keep throwing it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. He makes the connection. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Pirates have this offense rolling. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Quick touch pass to the receiver. This offense has a second down play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go. Touchdown, ECU! They move on top here in the fourth.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. TCU is running away with things, and I'm not sure who saw this coming today from this offense. They're up by 20 over Boston College. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. He's got the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
2nd down.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. On 3rd down, going up top. The throw. Just a short pass to the tight end.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket, so he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Sweet cut there. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lanes, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David. Off he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to go up top on first down. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be second down. He's looking to throw. He makes a catch. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. They'll throw it on first down. He's got it. Touchdown, Pirates. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
If he can make this one, the lead will be 3. He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. They'll throw it on first down. Finds his tight end. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. He wants to pass it on second down. He's taking a deep shot. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Trying to take it back. And that pick will seal the game as the clock strikes 0. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.